Hello and welcome back to FTL. Alright, so... Ooh, a store. Okay, I want to run through there quite near the... Yeah, basically just before I head for the exit, so there to there to there to there to there. Okay. I'll need some major hull repairs. There's nothing here, save for the vast swirls of gas reflecting rays from a distant sun. That's rather pretty, actually. With the sensors down, you spend a good deal of time staring out of the window. It is, you must admit, rather beautiful here. A heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon, and before you have time to make contact with them, they fade into the nebula. Let's try and follow them and help. Your search is hopeless. Your sensors can't pick up anything in the nebula. Damn. You can usually get an extra crew member out of one of those. Some brave entrepreneurs set up a station here to extract elements from the nebula, and there seems to be a public shipyard and rest stop here as well. Excellent. Right, well let's start by fixing up the hull. Can't afford a crew teleporter. We could do with... We need someone to man the shield, so I think I'll get an NG for that. Because NGs are really good at fixing things. Useless in a fight, but really good at fixing things. Let's get the hell out of this sector. I hate nebula sectors. This long-range drive beacon is almost hidden within a nebula, and when the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Rock control. Okay, that's not too bad. The rock people have a particularly aggressive stance towards alien races trespassing in their space. You should tread carefully here. Okay, we're going to have to go through that store anyway, so we might as well head here first, then to the store. See if we can't pick up some scrap first. You jump into the middle of a rock excavation project on a nearby moon, and unimpressed with your intrusion, they move to defend themselves. Guys, can we talk about this? No? Okay, have some flat cannon then. Actually, that halberd beam might be an issue. Okay, good. It's not going to get through a double shield, but it can get partially through a single shield. I'm going to have to be careful that they don't... Okay, we're fine now. Missile launcher. Good hit. Light cannon, target their bridge. Actually, no. Yes, target their bridge. Fire. Feel kind of bad about killing them. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. When they were just protecting their stuff from, me accidentally jumping in on them. With the local rock settlement so unwilling to trade with any other life forms, an opportunistic Mantis crew has positioned its piracy activities and set up shop to catch any passing trade. Oh, and a burst laser Mark II. Oh boy, this is stuff I can... Oh god. Why does this store have so much stuff I need? Right. Okay, if I sell the flat cannon, that'll get me a burst laser, and I maintain that the burst laser Mark IIs are shockingly good weapons. So I'm going to do that. That's basically all my money. I could have done with getting a Zoltan crew member or two, but oh well. Alright then. You find a disabled rock transport floating near the beacon, and you consider stripping it of useful parts, but are uncertain why it's there in the first place. Strip the ship. You salvage what you can from the ship, and no one bothers you during the operation. Let's take a look at this next store. Have something good, have something good, have something good. You cross paths with a rock ship returning from a rare diplomatic mission, and equally surprising, the captain responds to your hails and agrees to a mutual trade. No, nothing I really need there. Pity. There's not much at this beacon, just a few abandoned depots, it's all stripped clean. Making a beeline for the hell. A rock ship is silhouetted against a sun that's in supernova, and they hail. Even out here you follow us. We wish only to be left alone. And out of panic or anger they charge their weapons. Okay, get the burst laser up. Artemis missiles. Target their shield generators. Burst lasers. Target their primary weapons bay. Did I say primary weapons bay there? I think I did. I'll try to sound less like Elmer Fudd. Target their shields. Target their bridge. Ah, here comes the solar flare. This is gonna hurt. Okay, not too bad. Open the airlock, get that area vented. Let's get that fire out. Target enemy engines. Nicely done. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Okay, let's get the hell away from this sun. The burnt-out hull of a rock mine layer drifts by, and behind the wreck drifts a live mine. An automated drone that drills into ships' hulls before exploding. It locks onto your ship's signature and heads your way. We're not going to get out of the way. The ship's turning circle proves too wide and the mine bites down onto the hull. You can hear it now, chewing through the armour. Okay, missile weapon. Attempt a controlled detonation using a missile. After drawing straws, a crew member goes out to fix a modified warhead to the mine, and you detonate the missile in a way that dislodges the mine, and it blows up shortly after. The ship takes some damage in the blasts, but you're still sailing. That's not bad, actually. Well done, crew member. You, go and fix the sensors. So, NG's nice and efficient at this. As one of these run-throughs, I'm just going to do it and I'm going to roleplay the whole thing. Just constantly say things like, Captain's Log, Supplemental. What can I say? I'm a Star Trek nerd. There is actually a few mods for this that turn some of the ships into ships from Star Trek, but the problem is they override the ships that are already there, rather than adding them as additional ones. This beacon seems to serve as a meeting place for local traffic, and it seems you can find crew willing to fight on your ship here, for a price. Let's hire one of you guys. If you don't know, that is a Zoltan. Zoltans are great because they, well, that yellow bar of power is being provided by the Zoltan rather than by my ships. Whatever. Which is shockingly useful, so let's have him man the sensors now. So we've got a whole 2 extra power to play with. Don't have enough for the next level of shields, or the next couple of levels of engines, so I'll hang on to the extra power for now. See what I need it for in the near future. Minute fissures in the shield spark and crackle as the ship jumps into the wake of a huge asteroid, and more asteroids follow, as does a lost and aggressive rock pirate ship. Okay, finding an asteroid field is always tricky. Artemis missiles target enemy shield generators. Let's see if we can't make those asteroids more of a problem for them. Okay, their shields are down. Target their primary weapons. Target their weapons again. Okay, their weapons are down. Their shields are disabled. Oh, yeah, shields are almost back up. From a burst from the lasers. Okay, their shields are down. Their weapons are down. Their ship is on fire. And they're getting pelted with asteroids. Yeah, I think we won that. The ship explodes, leaving behind us. Ooh, Hull Smasher Laser Mark II. That's pretty... That's a decent weapon. I'll freely admit I favour laser weapons in this game, but a few freighters pass by. They refuse all communications. Must not want to sully their reputation by talking with foreigners. That's a close-minded attitude. Right. Upgrade the weapons. Upgrade the reactor. That should give us... I didn't even need to upgrade the reactor. Gave us enough to power the Hull Laser Mark II. So I prefer burst lasers to hull lasers personally, but I'm not going to complain. You've arrived at the long jump. Yep. A small platform orbits near this beacon. Looks like a refueling station of some sort, and it's cheerily broadcasting reasonable prices in the spectrum of frequencies and languages. This is probably a trap. The automated platform seems to be damaged, and you can likely steal as much fuel as remains. Our fuel situation's not great, but war doesn't justify abandoning one's values, so you leave it alone. Risk reward. Let's head through the rebel-controlled sector. Could do with scrapping some more of their ships. This sector was hit hard by the rebellion. The many alien settlements and stations located here are now watched over by an almost equal number of rebel bases, heavily-handedly keeping the peace. You get the impression that this rebellion is a bunch of dicks. You stumble across a forward scout of the rebel fleet, and they were powering up their FTL. If they get away, they'll no doubt warn the fleet of your position. Okay. We're going to wait until both laser batteries are online. Brace for incoming missiles. Good. Alright. Burst laser, target their bridge. Hull laser, target their engines. Fire! Bloody perfect. Okay, that's on fire. That's not good. You, get over there and get that fire out quickly. Burst laser, hull laser, target the shield generators. Good. Okay, get the burst laser targeting the enemy weapons bay. Nice shot. What the hell's the... Oh, right. I was going to say, why is the row 2 offline, but I don't think it actually is. There was obviously just a hull breach there. Okay, weapons bay, target. Thank you. And hull laser, take him out. Incoming missile. Okay, missed, good. The ship breaks apart, and you are relieved to know that you are still one step ahead of the fleet. Whew. Gotta say, the amount of scrap you can get from looting enemy ships is quite useful. Okay. And there we go. Get him back on the sensors, I think. You don't want to get caught by the rebel fleet. It's messy. It's survivable, certainly. It's just really tricky. You detect a rebel automated ship nearby, and it does not engage. It seems to be patrolling around a long-range sensor station. Ooh, we could do with that. Let's attack it to get to the ship. I bloody hate it when they use mind control. It's annoying. Burst laser, hull laser. Ready for dual fire. Burst laser, enemy weapons bay. Hull laser, enemy mind control. Fire. Good. Oh, bloody hell. What the hell was that got through our shields that easily? Somebody get in there and help him. Good. Burst laser. Knew one of them was going to miss. Get the Artemis launcher online. Oh, this fight's getting a bit messy. Burst laser, come on, don't miss. Damn it. Target enemy weapons bay. God damn it, that shit is tough. Weapons bay, target fire. Missile launcher's still online, damn it. Okay, good. Whew! I was a bit nervous for a second there. And a final shot to the bridge takes him out. Whew. You access the recent scans from the unguarded station, and your map has been updated with details of the surrounding area. Let's get the clone bay upgraded. I want people getting as much health as possible restored. So we're now getting 25 HP healed every jump, which is good. Let's head to that distress call. You follow the distress beacon to a tiny asteroid belt, and you find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. Let's hail them to offer assistance. Let's try and shield the ship. You succeed in preventing them from being entirely destroyed, but your ship took a number of hits in the process. They offer some scrap and fuel they were mining from the asteroid as thanks. That's okay. That's actually kind of worth it, to be honest. Even if I'm now going to have to fix the bloody clone bay. Oh good lord, that's really, really on fire. Could be worse. At least it's not the O2 bay. That is by far the worst thing to catch fire, purely because it's an absolute bugger to deal with. Actually, I keep forgetting to push this button, don't I? I'll wait until he's fixed the clone bay and then send it back to his right spot and then push it. So what these two buttons do is they allow you to save my current crew position, so I can now move them all to somewhere else and just hit that button to send them back where they were. Shockingly useful. It means you can maneuver everybody around in a crisis and then have them back where you need them. Ooh. You see a small station fitted with hundreds of repair drones, and you receive an automated message. We don't know who you are, and we don't care, but this is the right place for some ship repair. Okay, I'm going to repair 20 damage. Technically, you only fixed 16, but that gets me up to maximum, so I think that was probably worth it. So that's actually cheaper than getting it done at a proper thingy base. A rebel ship is patrolling this beacon and immediately turns to engage. As your crew scramble to battle readiness, sensors detect a short-range teleport signal. There's an intruder on board. A flushed and panicky rebel soldier is teleported aboard, and the rebel, who appears unarmed, repeatedly declares his peaceful intentions. Seems that the rebel life has lost its charm. Yes, let's accept his proposal. You bastard. The dishonourable rebel has deceived you. He damages your engines and steals your flight data before teleporting away. The fleet will be able to track you with ease. If they can't kill you now, that is. What a dick. Alright, let's respond by dealing appropriate levels of response. Bring both laser banks online, target enemy shield generator, and fire! Perfect! On fire and with a hull breach. Their shields ain't coming back up anytime soon. Burst laser, target enemy weapons bay. Hull laser, target enemy oxygen generation. Seriously? You missed that badly? And the ship hails you, looking like they want to surrender. No. This is what you get for going with dishonourable tactics. Burst laser, target enemy weapons bay. Hull laser, finish them off. Get him out of there. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of scrap material. Okay. Head to that store. Please have something good, please have something good, please have something good. You discover a resupply station used by rebels and civilians alike. You transmit your fake ship identification, and for once, they don't seem to recognize your ship. You try to assume the air of a local as you prepare to dock. Okay, nothing I want there. Pegasus missiles are pretty decent, but nah. That's kind of disappointing. I was hoping for something decent. Oh well. Repairing the ship was probably worth it though. Right, let's start heading down towards the exit. There are no other ships near this beacon. However, you detect a small communication relay, and you tap into it without a problem. There's no encryption, and most of the chatter revolves around troop and fleet movements. It's not particularly interesting. Yes, the problem after you've played this game for 203 hours, it's probably 204 by now, is that I pretty much know every text box. You come across a rebel automated scout ship pursuing a civilian ship, weapons engaged. To aid them, you power up your weapons to engage with the automated ship. Okay, it's got drones, and those ion cannons could be a big, big problem. Fortunately, I'm going to have to wait until both the burst laser and the hull laser are online to reliably get through enemy defences, so... Come on. Target enemy weapons and fire. Bloody perfect. Okay. Next up, let's target their bridge. Fire. Okay, next, shield generator. Okay, enemy shields are disabled, their engines are offline. Well, controls offline, so they can't maneuver. Let's take out their drone bay and finish them off. ship breaks apart and you hasten to contact the civilian ship. And the civilian ship wisely made a fast retreat while you distracted the hostile. It's always nicer when they say thank you, but whatever. You enter a system bustling with rebel activity. Supply freighters and resupply stations are dwarfed by a few heavy warships. Luckily, no one seems to be paying attention to small cruisers, and no ships are scanning or messaging you. Oh, bugger. Okay, you're about to see what happens when you let the enemy fleet catch you. You found the exit beacon, but the rebels got here first. You must survive long enough to jump to the next sector. Look at this thing. 3 shield points, flat cannon, bombs, and a heavy dual laser. Flaming wonderful. Plus teleporters. Get in there and assist. Between them, those 2 guys should be able to handle those intruders, but it's still going to be a messy fight. Target enemy weapons bay, maximum firepower. Thankfully, I think that bomb did more damage to their guys than to mine. Oh, we are in a lot of trouble. I am quite glad that my engines are well charged. Get us the hell out of here. To the rebel stronghold. Oh hell. This sector was hit hard by the rebellion, and the many alien settlements and stations located here are now watched over by an almost equal number of rebel bases, heavy-handedly keeping the peace. Okay, let's have the door system repaired. I'll be honest, I can pretty much tell at this point that we're probably going to lose this run. You know, after a while playing this game, you start to learn when you're going to make it and when you aren't. So unless we come across something really good here, please, you arrive at a small space station that is putting out a wideband broadcast on black market channels. You doubt they would turn away any business, regardless of allegiances. Oh, yes, you beautiful bastard. Okay, let's get that installed there. Let's ditch the hull laser, because I don't like hull lasers very much. They're okay, don't get me wrong, but definitely inferior to some of the other stuff you can have. And let's get him. And let's fix up the hull. Okay. Mantis crew members are very useful just because they're really nifty in a fight. Okay, so that gives us 2 Burst Laser Mark IIs and an Artemis. So that gives us pretty good firepower. And another store. Fuel situation's a bit low. You discover a resupply station used by rebellions? By rebels and civilians alike. You transmit your fake ship identification, and for once, they don't seem to recognize your ship. You try to assume an air of the local as you pass the dock. Oh god, I need that. I really need that. Okay. I'm hoping this is going to give me a lot of scrap, because I could really use a 3rd burst laser. You arrive at a populated sector. One merchant seems to be mass broadcasting a request for a mercenary ship. Yes? Great. I was worried no one would respond. My usual courier is days late. I need you to deliver this cargo of drone parts to a small station a few jumps from here. We're going to afford to pay another carrier, but they will surely tip you generously. Okay. Great. I've uploaded their location to your star map. I'm running out of options, so I have no choice but to trust you'll do what you've agreed to. Bugger. Nope, I'm not going to be able to get that 3rd burst laser. Damn it. That's a real pity. Ah, hell, pulsar. You arrive at an infrequently used beacon close to a pulsar, and before long the rebel ship just happens to jump in nearby. Looks like you'll have to fight. Okay, we've got the severe advantage in firepower, but unfortunately that pulsar could well screw us both over badly, so let's take out his weapons and shields as quickly as possible. Yep, screwed us over. Took out our shields and our weapons, and took out his shields and his maneuvering. Target his weapon systems while we've got the opportunity. Thank you. Oh, come on! Shields and weapons again. Come on. At least our shields are back up. Get all weapons online. And our shields are down and their weapons on. This could hurt. Target weapons bay. Maximum possible firepower. Okay, they've at least just lost one guy to fire. Artemis missiles. Target their bridge. Okay, let's accept their offer of surrender. Bloody hate fighting next to pulsars. Always makes things a bit messy. Let's get the hell out of here. Your ship is hailed. This is an automated message. Resisting our takeover is pointless. Prepare to die. It appears the rebel ship is run by an AI. Really stupid one, that. Okay, let's get the weapon systems charged. Artemis missiles target their shield generators. Good. Get a volley on those shield generators. I love how big Hermes missiles are. Okay, Artemis missiles target enemy bridge. Good. First lasers, weapons bay. Okay, and we're now safe. I'll wait for the burst lasers to charge again, and then target enemy bridge and enemy shield generator. Fire. Can you see why I like burst lasers so much? The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. No bloody fuel. Oh dear. Okay, if those guys don't pay us in fuel, we're in trouble. This must be one of the rebels' unmanned scout ships. Looks like there's no way to avoid a fight. The ship starts to power up its FTL drive, and if it gets away, it will no doubt warn the fleet of your position. The doors subsystem? Really? Of all the things you could have targeted with that. Bit of a left field choice, but okay. Target that bridge. I don't want them able to maneuver. Good. Now Artemis missiles. Target their weapons bay. Okay, that makes us pretty much safe. Shield generators, primary target. Good. Okay. Missile situation is fine, but there's no point wasting them if they don't have to. Let's target enemy shields and engines with burst lasers. Oh boy, now I'm hiccuping. The ship breaks apart and you feel a relief in the knowledge that you will hopefully be one step ahead of the fleet. Yeah, but we're also running... well, we're now out of fuel. You arrive at the location given to you by the merchant. You are supposed to deliver the drone parts to a station here. You find a small research station and discover that it's putting out a distress signal. Strangely, there is no response to your hails. Right, let's dock and investigate. As you explore the base, a crazed screams are heard, and your team retreats back to your ship with a number of armed scientists in pursuit. One of your team starts to cough and falls into a spasm on the floor. Oh, bugger, I hate this one. As you get back on board, your injured friend rises up and starts to attack you, screaming, and caught off guard, the remaining crew fall back as the other scientists fight their way onto the ship. Well, that couldn't have gone any bloody worse. Alright, let's open up pretty much the entire ship to space. A large chunk of it. Easy way to fight people who are trying to wreck your ship. Suffocate them to death. Unfortunately, that's my bloody pilot who's just started coughing up blood and God knows what else. Okay, they made it in there. That's annoying, but it's not going to help them much. Alright, you get to the pilot station. God, I know MGs are terrible in a fight, but wow! That guy had like half health and he still managed to kill you. Thank God for clone days. Though admittedly, losing my pilot like that was annoying as hell. Well, that couldn't have gone much worse. Ugh. Alright, well, that's a reasonable point to end this part, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.